Good morning students and welcome to my online class of chemistry. We already discussed symbol, valency, radical, compound and the characteristics of compound in our last video. So today I will teach you how to write the formula of chemical compound. So these are very important because without knowing the formula of a chemical compounds, you can't understand anything in the chemistry. So let's begin our topic. So today's topic is chemical formula. So first we know that what do you mean by chemical formula? Chemical formula means that's symbolic representation of an element. That means if an element that means an atom or a compound. As we know that, already we know what is chemical formula. Is a shorthand way to use the chemical symbols and numbers to represent a substance. For example, see here that glucose C6H12O6. That means that formula of glucose. That means you have to write in the short way. So what do you mean by chemical formula? That is the shortest way, that is symbolic representation of an element or a compound is known as a chemical formula. So let's take an example, hydrogen chloride. See here, hydrogen chloride. When you write that hydrogen chloride, that is hydrogen and chlorine. That means the combination of hydrogen and chlorine. So first you write that metallic part and after that you have to write non-metallic part. So you can say that metallic element, that is hydrogen, and non-metallic element is chlorine. Or you can say that hydrogen also basic radical, that means metallic element are also known as basic radical, and that non-metallic element, that is known as acid radical. Or you can say that the metallic element that are known as what? Cation. Or you can, and the non-metallic element that are known as anion. So when you write a compound, it must be contains a metallic element or a non-metallic element. Metallic element and a non-metallic element. So metallic element are known as cations, or you can say that basic radical, and non-metallic element, they are known as anion or acid radical. So to write a chemical formula, there are some steps are there. The first step is, when you write a chemical formula, on the left hand side you always write the positive atom, and then after you write in the right hand side you have to write that negative. For example, say here sodium chloride. The positive atom, the left hand side what you write? Na, that is positive, and Cl, that is minus. That is what? That means in left hand side you always write on a positive element, and in the right hand side you always write in the negative element. So let's take another example, that is calcium sulfate. Here you see calcium, that is the metallic element. First you write, in the left hand side you write that calcium, and sulfate, that is non-metallic element or anion, that is right in the right hand side of that compound. So always you write the metallic element in the left hand side and the non-metallic element in the right hand side. So that another example we will take, potassium bromide. Here you see potassium, that is the metallic element, and Br, bromide, is the non-metallic element. So always you write that metallic element in the left side of the compound, and bromide, that non-metallic element, right in that right hand side of that compound. So the second rule is that means the valency number of the symbol of each atom or radical, always write on the top right side of that atom or the radical. See here Na plus and Cl minus. So always you write that sign, that valency number, in the top right side of that atom or the radical. See here Na, that means that valency is 1 plus. So you write 1 plus in the top right side of that element. And chlorine, that is chloride ion, that means you have to write that symbol or the valency in the right top side of that atom. Let's see another example, that is potassium bromide. The valency of potassium is 1 plus and bromine is 1 minus. So you write that that right side of that atom, that is K plus and Br minus. So the third step is interchange the valency number of each atom or radical and shifted it to the lower right side of the atom or radical. And if the valency of each atom will same, that means you have to find out that you have divided that highest common factor to get a simple ratio. For example, see here ammonium sulfate. What I told, that means you have to interchange the valency. See here ammonium, the formula is NH4 and sulfate SO4. Okay, that means the symbol of ammonium is NH4 and sulfate is SO4. And what is the valency of ammonium? Valency of ammonium is 1 plus and valency of sulfate is 2 minus. So now you have to interchange that valency. So what you write, what is the formula now you get? NH4 whole twice SO4. Because see that valency of ammonium will be right on the right side of that sulfate, and the valency of sulfate you will write that right side of that ammonium. So formula is NH4 whole twice SO4. Let's see another example, iron 3 hydroxide. Okay, see what is the formula? FeOH whole thrice. That means iron, the valency of iron is 3 plus and hydroxide 1 minus. So first you write that Fe you will write that is the metallic element. So you write that left side of that compound, and hydroxide, that is non-metallic, so you write that right side. Then after you have to write that valency 3 plus and 1 minus. Now you have to interchange the valency. Then you have to write that formula is FeOH whole thrice. And one more thing you remember here, if that valency are same of both the atom or the radical, then you have to ignore it. Okay, and when you interchange the valency, that time you have to ignore the plus sign or minus sign. Only you interchange the number. Don't write the plus and the minus sign. So let's take another example, calcium chloride. Here you see the formula of calcium is 2 plus, that is the metallic element, so you write the left side. And chlorine is the non-metallic element, so you write the right side. And what is the valency? After that you write what? Valency. That is the valency of calcium is 2 plus and valency of chlorine is 1 minus. Okay. Then what is the third rule? You have to interchange the valency. So what I told, when you write that, when you interchange that valency, you ignore the plus sign or minus sign. So now Ca1 and Cl2. And I already told, if the same number or 1 is there, then no need to write that valency. So now what is the formula? CaCl2. That is the formula of calcium chloride. So what you find? How to write that chemical formula? Again I am telling you, see. First you write that metallic element, then after non-metallic element. Then after you write that the valency of that element. Okay, valency of that atom. Then you have to interchange the valency, and when you interchange the valency, you have to ignore the plus or minus sign. And remember, the subscript 1 you never write, or if the same number is also there, then no need to write that number. These are the formula. Then how to write a chemical compound. So there are other rules are also there to write a chemical compound. See, if the compound is contained in metal and non-metal, then first you write that metal, then after you write that non-metal. For example, see here potassium bromide. Here potassium is the metallic element and bromide is the non-metallic element. So for what is the rule? First you write that metallic element, then after write the non-metallic element. So let's see here another example, magnesium chloride. Here what? Magnesium is the metallic element. and chlorine is the non-metallic element. So first you write magnesium, that is the metallic element, and then after chlorine, that non-metallic element. So the formula of magnesium chloride is MgCl2. So that another rule is, if the compound contains only two non-metals, okay, then you will write two non-metals side by side and add a prefix that means, see here, if the compound is containing only two non-metals, then how will write? You will write that the two non-metals side by side, and what you will be add? You will be add only prefix. So let's see that example, that oxides of nitrogen. How will you write and how will you read? See here, NO. So what is the chemical name? Nitric oxide. See here, NO, that means what? Here the two non-metals are here, nitrogen and oxygen. So the chemical name is nitric oxide, or you can say that nitrogen monoxide, because only one is there, one oxygen is there. So what you read? That is nitrogen monoxide. The next one, say N2O. Okay, that is the chemical name is nitrous oxide. That you can say also dinitrogen oxide. Dinitrogen, that means what? Two nitrogen are there. So what you add the prefix? That means 2-dinitrogen oxide. And see the next one, NO2. Here the chemical name is nitrogen dioxide, because here the two non-metals, nitrogen and oxygen, and two oxygen are there. That means two means you know di. So the chemical name is nitrogen dioxide. The next one, see N2O3. N2O3, that means what? Dinitrogen trioxide. Here you see nitrogen and oxygen both are non-metals. What I told you, that means if two non-metals are there, then you write side by side and you add only prefix. Here how many nitrogen are there? 2, and oxygen 3. So the formula is dinitrogen trioxide. Next one, N2O4. You can say that dinitrogen tetraoxide, because see 4 oxygen are there and 4 means tetra. So dinitrogen tetraoxide. And N2O5, that is dinitrogen pentaoxide. O5, that means penta means 5. So the formula, the chemical name is dinitrogen pentaoxide. So that another rule, see, if the compound contains two elements and oxygen, here oxygen is represented at the end of the formula, and the name of the compound depends on the number of oxygen that present in that compound. That means what you find? You write that two elements side by side, then after you write the oxygen, and oxygen is named with the suffix ATE when it has more oxygen, and ITE when it has less oxygen. For example, see here potassium chlorate, KClO3, okay, and KClO2. That means here oxygen is 3, so you have to write potassium chlorate. And if KClO2, then you write that potassium chloride. For example, see here potassium chlorate, that is the formula of potassium chloride, KClO2. Okay, that means here oxygen is less than from that potassium chlorate. So that if oxygen is more than, then it is it is ending with ATE, and if it is less than, less oxygen is there, then it end with ITE. Let's see another rule. You remember that if that number of oxygen atom in the compound is less than 2, then you add the prefix hypo. Okay, see here the formula is NaClO, that means the number of oxygen is 1, so it is less than 2, so you will be add that the prefix hypo. The formula is sodium hypochlorite, NaClO. Then another rule is, if the number of oxygen in the compound is equal to 2, then you will be add the suffix ITE. Remember that number of oxygen is equal to 2, then you add the suffix ITE. What is the chemical name of NaClO2? That is sodium chloride, NaClO2. And one more rule, see here, if that number of oxygen atom is equal to 3, then you have to add the suffix ATE. This is the chemical name of KClO3 is what? Potassium chlorate. ATE, that suffix ending with ATE. See, the number of oxygen here is 3. So if that number of oxygen is 3, then that is end with that suffix ATE, and here chemical name is potassium chlorate. And next one is, if that the number of oxygen is more than 3, here you see KClO4, that oxygen atom is 4. So if that number of oxygen is more than 3, then you will be add the prefix per. That means you have to add that prefix per. And KClO4, what is the chemical name? That is potassium perchlorate. Okay, that is potassium perchlorate. So what you find? If that number of oxygen is less than 2, then you will be add the prefix hypo. And if that number of oxygen is 2, then suffix is that means you add the suffix ITE. And if that number of oxygen atom is 3, then you will be add the suffix ATE. And if that oxygen atom is more than 3, then will be add the prefix per. And the formula of KClO4, the chemical name of KClO4 is potassium perchlorate. So these chemical formulas are more important. So you practice this chemical formula, that is page number 7 and 8 from your chemistry book. Thank you.